Hi there, I'm Dr. Moss David Posner, and this is Part 5 in a series of Organized Stalking Survival. This will be the final segment that I'll be appearing. I believe Rick Pinheiro is most anxious to continue, although I can't speak for him. I think he will. But I believe that we have met a parting of the ways, unfortunately. And I think Rick has a lot to offer, and I think that he has had a lot of experience, and he is very low-key and well-measured, and I encourage you to listen to what he has to say. I will start my own series now. It will be mostly on harassment with an eye to the medical aspects to the extent to which that we know something about them. Unfortunately, some of the things that came up recently are a little troubling to me, and I'm making this video and I want to put this first part in perspective so there's no misunderstanding. Please understand that as professionals, doctors have to be extremely careful about what we say and what we promise. It's not just an individual being sued, possibly to slander. It's a question of public trust and a question of professional ethics. We don't have a reputation of standing behind what we say and diagnose because we insist on it. We have it because we've earned it. And the only way we can do that is being ruthlessly honest and objective with ourselves and with our patients. Rick seems to feel that this letter that he sent me is appropriate, and I'm a little troubled. I'm going to read you one sentence because it needs to be clarified. I won't mention a name. He said, quote, "We had the meeting in Fresno, and the first thing you said to blank was, quote, 'I understand you're in need of a letter, and I will do that for you,' close quote. 4 of us heard it. But you tell me and Derek you can't do it. I can understand why, but why tell her that you will?" Now, the only reason I'm reading that is not because I want to have a he said, she said thing. Believe me when I tell you, I don't make letters or statements to people I've never met. I can't read their minds, whether I've met them or not. I can't claim to know what they need, much less be able to meet that need when I've never met them in the first place. Even if I had met the person, I would still have to have some sort of doctor-patient relationship in order for me to make a responsible statement on their behalf if it's to be believed. I never made any such statement. I never will. In 50 years, I've never made that. And Derek Robinson was quite correct when he said that I refused to do that, because that's what I told him, so there was no misunderstanding, because I could see this could become an issue. I don't recall the person in the meeting saying that I promised them that, because I could hardly have promised them when I never saw them before in my life. But I can tell you that no responsible professional is going to make a statement unless he has reason to make it and has the experience with the patient. So I want you to understand clearly. I get letters from people all over the world, and some of them are heartbreaking. They want me to tell somebody this and tell somebody that. Why? Because I have some status as a professional, and most of the people in this world don't have that kind of status, nor do they have any reason to have it. But they're helpless, and they have no one to speak for them. And they want somebody that's responsible to stand up. And quite honestly, I wish more people in the medical profession did stand up for people who are hurting. After all, that's part of the oath that we took. If you have something that you want me to help you with, if I know you, if I talk with you, if I examine you, I can, within certain limits, cautiously make certain statements, and I would tell you what they would be before I'd even put a pen to paper. So I want you to understand clearly what the limits of a professional are and what the responsibilities are. I hope in the upcoming series that I'd like to make, I can make some suggestions. Rick is very good about the nuts and bolts of dealing with it, the tactics of dealing with stalking and survival on what you might call a street basis. And I've learned an enormous amount from him. His experience is invaluable. He's had extensive military experience. He's had survival training. Outstanding. I am a physician, and I have something else to contribute. I hope that this breach will not affect your respect for either of us or both of us in the future, because we need to help you and you need the help. And we want to be there. I want to be there for you, and I can't speak for it, but certainly his concerns suggest the same. So please understand that this has occurred. I don't want you to let this be on your conscience or bother you any longer than it has. If there are specific things you'd like me to discuss from a medical point of view, please mention them in the comments on the video. The title of the series that I will start, I will simply say, Government Mind Control, A Medical Perspective, and I will make the series by that name. So thank you very much. I appreciate all of your support. God bless, and take care of yourself.